you. As we said before, this element is talking about suicide and capacity as a single victim in relation to one incident that I attended a number of years ago. Just a brief background for those that don't know me. I'm a registered paramedic. I've been working for the NHS now for about 16 years full-time, prior to going into academia full-time about 9 months ago. So I do try and talk from experience. Some things have changed ever so slightly to try and preserve anonymity, but the essences are still very much the root of what the genuine incident was that I attended. So we're talking about suicide as a capacious element. I'd say capacious technically means big, to have a big void, big capacity, to be able to hold a significant amount of something. I think suicide in itself holds a great weight, and also focusing very much on the capacity element of that. So it seemed a good way to introduce the topic. What is suicide? Sounds obvious, and for many years it has been described as any intentional act to end your own life will be deemed as suicide. They did change the definition slightly for statistical purposes back in January 17, that now anybody that ends their own life intentionally over the age of 10 is classed as suicide, but also all unidentified deaths of anybody 15 or over is now officially categorised for the National Office of Statistics purposes as a suicide as well. Suicide really depends upon the coroner's report, coroner's outcome to determine suicide. This is where there's a little bit of a distance, to be fair, where then the coroner has to apply a legal threshold to what is now a non-criminal act. Since the Suicide Act of 1961 was given royal assent, it's no longer a criminal offence to kill yourself or to attempt to take your own life. For a coroner to attribute a death to suicide, they have to be sure, beyond all reasonable doubt, that that was the express intention of the act. Now, it just seems to be, there's a distant paradigm going on there in terms of, we've made it, we've taken that element out of the legal sphere, but we're still applying tests that are legal tests rather than on the balance of probabilities, which is where the civil burden of proof lies. So, in order for it to be suicide, it has to have a coroner's inquest that determines that. Some most recent facts and figures in terms of suicide: 2015, last recorded year, there was 6,188 suicides. That was up from 6,122 the year before. 3 times higher in males, although during 2015 there was a significant increase in female suicides and a decrease in male suicides. That gap is starting to close. And the most common cause of suicide in 2015 was hanging. For those of you from Yorkshire and Humber regions, that's the area of the country with the highest prevalence. And east of England, from the east Midlands to the east coast, Great Yarmouth type, Norwich, Ipswich areas, that tends to be the area of the lowest incidence of reported suicide. As I said, the Suicide Act meant that it was no longer a legal act to attempt to take your own life or to actually take your own life. That's not necessarily mean that it was positively encouraged or actively sought, but it just meant that anybody that did it was unlikely to face legal recourse. That was more likely to be dealt with through mental health services. At the time, mental health services were largely constrained to inpatient hospitals. These days, it's very much care in the community. It's all changed quite significantly from when the law was enacted. So what about mental capacity? It can appear to be quite a perverse notion that somebody can have that desire to kill themselves and determine that they are of sound mind in order to effect that themselves. So what do we know about mental capacity? Well, it's underpinned by the 2005 Mental Capacity Act. Within that, it sets out the notion that everybody has capacity until proven otherwise. So how are we going to determine that that person hasn't got it? What are the key stages, the key elements that are needed in order for you as clinicians to make that determination that this person has or hasn't got the sufficient capacity for them to make that decision themselves and to take their own life, or whether it's just a decision to refuse hospital treatment after they've already taken whether it be an overdose or they've harmed themselves in a way that's likely to hasten death. The notion of kind of capacity in this instance has been built up for a number of years, long before the Mental Capacity Act was enacted and brought in the mid-2000s. We had Lord Donaldson in RET, the then Master of the Rolls, one of the most senior judges in the country, decided that, or declared that, any person can make a decision for themselves should they have the mental capacity to do so. And even if we consider that to be perverse or distorted, then it's their body, it's their right, it's their free will and determination to do as they so please for themselves. So that was the common law that really underpinned the statutory law that came in a number of years later. So where does that leave healthcare professionals? We can rely upon the Mental Capacity Act in a number of ways. Obviously, Section 1 gives us the notion that everybody's got capacity. It doesn't actually tell us what capacity is. That's something that has to be assessed locally. Within the ambulance service, there's a 7-step functional capacity test. It has 2 parts. The first part is to determine whether somebody's orientated within themselves, within the time, within the place. And the second part is looking really into how they're understanding information, retaining that knowledge, and how they can communicate that decision to you. If a person is able to do that within the eyes of many UK ambulance services, that person has mental capacity. How we judge that is very much down to an individual's own moral code, professional code, their understanding of the Act, and also their understanding of some of the written support and the code of practice that's written alongside the Act. So, in an attempt to make it a little bit more black and white, there's still a huge grey area. The whole assessment of capacity is still one which leads to a number of questions to senior clinicians, referrals to our senior clinician in terms of guidance, support, help for determining the patient's mental capacity. So again, as a wider healthcare profession, as medics, as healthcare professionals, what can we do? Where can we seek? Where can we look to give us that help, that guidance, that advice? Is there anything within the Hippocratic Oath that would do that? Some say yes, some say no. The many guys in the Hippocratic Oath, through to the later ones that developed through the Geneva Convention and such, don't necessarily help us with the capacity argument. They talk about helping people and ensuring that you don't do anything to make somebody's condition, situation worse. What does it do in terms? It doesn't really give us any assistance with actually determining that capacity and standing by while somebody might be doing something to themselves, which we feel isn't necessarily appropriate. Where can we stand in? How can we step in as professionals, knowing what our boundaries are? So there's no solace to be found in that. Let's look to some of the great philosophers. What would Kantianists say? Deontology. Well, there's rules set out. We need to abide by those rules. And if those rules say that person is well within their own right to do that, they've demonstrated themselves sound of mind, then that deontological perspective will say the rules are the rules. Utilitarianism, an interesting paradox. Whether we follow a simple rule of utilitarian, where we may find that what's the greater good? Do we allow that person to harm themselves, to hurt themselves, to kill themselves? it's expressing their own personal wish. What's the greatest good for the widest number? Yes, people in that position are going to have some certainty. They're going to know where they stand within the framework of the law. Unfortunately, then the flip side of that is anybody that then tries to help, what effect does that have to them? And what benefit, what certainty is there for medics, for paramedics, for the wider healthcare system? We talk about some of the great virtue ethicists. What is doing the right thing? What is doing good? But what's the morally right thing to do? Most people would argue that the morally right thing to do is to preserve that life. But what happens if that individual can see no reason to live, no reason to carry on any longer? Is it still morally right to step in and to change the course of their own free will? What's our role and what's your role? That brings me on to the scenario that we're going to look at in the small groups. In this scenario, we'll consider the actions of a senior sister within an emergency department who, over a number of days and weeks prior to the attempt to end her own life, procured drugs, take-home drugs from the workplace, codeine phosphate. She took codeine because she knew what the pharmacodynamics and the thermodynamics of that, the pharmacology of the drug was. She knew if she took it in sufficient quantity, it would suppress arrests. She'd slowly go to sleep, and then it was her intention to not wake up the next day. She'd be feeling depressed for some time. She had a recent marriage breakdown. In the run-up to the night that she took the overdose, she made sure her finances were in order. She made sure that there was money set aside for children, for their education. She made sure that the mortgage had been paid for. She made sure that there was sufficient resources for everybody that might need them. She left a note for her family explaining why she'd done it and apologising for what she was doing, but it was the only way out for her. She contacted her sister by a text message just prior to taking the overdose. And she said good night and she apologised for being a burden. And just prior to taking the first tablet, she consumed 2 glasses of red wine. Some might say Dutch courage. Some might say, would she have done it without the wine? We'll never know. The emergency services arrived just prior to that, to the young lady slipping into unconsciousness. She was able to communicate a decision. The ambulance service and the paramedics in that evening deemed that she wasn't making sufficient sense for them to be happy to allow her to carry on. So they treated her against her will. She was taken to hospital. She was given medication in the emergency department. She was then sectioned. She was sent home, and she arrived home about 4.5 months later. And within 2 months of that, she did it again. But this time, she put in a note that she's not going to make the same mistake twice, and she didn't alert anybody to her intentions. She again apologised to her family, put in a letter rather than a text message. But unfortunately, she was successful on that occasion, and she did ultimately end her own life. So the question for you to consider in your small groups is, at any point, did she have capacity? Should she have capacity? Should we ever stand by and watch somebody die? And is it ever morally right to do so? And that's our challenge to you. Thank you.